Well, they're even bragging, Robert Shapiro and the Financial Times and others, saying he must have an Oklahoma City or 9/11 or he's politically destroyed. He needs this to look strong. Well, then who has the motive to stage the terror attack if they're admitting this will help them, Gerald?
Well, whether it's motivated or not, it's certainly, I will say this uncategorically, it's instigated.
Very good points. Final segment with Gerald Celente straight ahead. I'm Alex Jones with Infowars.com. Don't forget the network website, GCNlive.com, and Gerald's site, FriendsResearch.com. We'll be right back. All right, final segment in this hour. We're making the search term Barry Soetoro today, S-O-E-T-O-R-O. People will find out his real name. He's an Indonesian citizen. Forget the Kenya stuff. This is documented. I want to just take a few final calls here with Gerald with quick comments or questions. Let's talk to John in Wyoming, then Dan, Tony, and Tim. John, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Thank you, Alex. I served in the submarine service during the Vietnam War, and I'm wondering, Gerald, do you believe it was the North Koreans who torpedoed that South Korean patrol boat, or was it one of our submarines who did that in order to try to precipitate a major war with North Korea?
One of the things that I've learned to do, and it's become very enjoyable for me, is I start watching Russian TV and China TV. You could get it on the cable channels. And I was listening to a Chinese expert who categorically denied that that was a torpedoed from North Korea. He said, and he went on with the evidence. There's nothing that they tell me that I would believe.
Well, the one they show looks like a German torpedo, and there was a drill going on with the U.S., South Korea, and Japan when it happened.
That's part of it, and the other one was that when it first happened, and this is very important as a trend tracker's tip, when the story breaks, jump on it right away and get all the global information you can. Because it was going on in South Korea, the people were very angry because that ship had a lot of problems, and they were complaining about the disrepair going on in the South Korean Navy. That was the first report out from South Korea.
Very interesting. Anything else, John?
No, sir. You guys have a great day, and, of course, another great show as usual, Alex.
Well, thank you so much, John. Dan in Canada, you're on the air with Gerald Celente.
Hey, Gerald, if The View was wise enough to invite you on, and they had the audacity to ask you about Lindsay Lohan, what would you say?
I wouldn't go on that show. And I think it's a disgrace to the President of the United States to go on talk shows, laugh-ins, or anything else. I couldn't imagine a real commander-in-chief like Eisenhower go on these shows. And I've stopped going on a lot of them because they're too stupid for me.
And they also tape you and then edit it.
That's the other one. I won't go on any tape shows. I'll only do live.
Yeah, I just said no to the History Channel and wanted me to do a big thing, and I said no. They couldn't believe I'd say no. I said, no, don't you want to be a big star? No, I don't. Have a nice day. Let's go ahead and jam in another one. Tony in Nebraska, you're on the air with Gerald Celente.
This is Tony. I'm on.
Yes, sir.
Alex, good to talk to you. I just wanted to say I've called Congressman Fortenberry's office here for Nebraska at the Capitol, raised a little cane. I didn't curse or anything about the Federal Reserve and the fact that Gaitner has stolen $1 trillion from us and won't tell us where it's at. The very next day I got a call from the White House or the U.S. Capitol, and the same time I got something in the mail inviting me to a local meeting. My question for you two is, what is probably the hottest issue that I can bring up in this meeting, and it's a town hall meeting, that will open the eyes of my fellow citizens?
We're almost out of time. We're out of time. Gerald, final word on his question.
I would say no more bailouts for anybody. This is capitalism in America. Let's keep it like that. No more favoritism. I don't want my money going to anywhere. And number two, stop the wars. Bring our people home and reinvest that money in America.
It's trillions a year. I mean, imagine.
Trillions a year and bodies being blown up. And you want to talk about war porn? Look what that Time magazine did with the cover of a woman with no nose. We're not in Afghanistan to save women. We were supposed to be there for Osama bin Laden.
It's incredible. Trendsresearch.com, trendsresearch.com. Subscribe today. Gerald, thank you for your gracious hour and a half with us. Look forward to talking to you again next month, God willing.
Thank you, Alex.
Great job, crew. Stay with us, Infowars.com.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?